What is the most bullshit farter you can make up that sounds true? So much glitter is produced each year and released into the wind that it's theorized that every human on Earth has at least a single speck of glitter on their bodies at all times. The average ant consumes more than 30 times its body weight in a month. The way to tell if a nut is a real nut or not is if nut is a separate word. For instance, peanuts and coconuts aren't nuts, but macadamia nuts are. Edit. Further research has shown imadumbus and pistachios are in fact seeds. So new. For instance, Uganda has no escalators. Halloween falls on Friday the 13th this year, which occurs only once every 13 centuries. Edit. IRL are making me lose my faith in humanity. SMHD vertical bar DEURE. The word no originally stood for negative operator. Edit. Didn't expect this to get so much attention. This isn't the first time I've used this fake fact. I once told it to someone on Twitter, and they 100% believed it. I confessed I'd made it up afterwards, but I swear that their brain exploded. The average horse ejaculate has about as many calories as a Burger King Whopper. People used to hire a specific servant to ensure that all the clocks in their house were kept wound and with correct times. This is the origin of the phrase night watchman. Bike is short for bachille. A female buffalo is called a buffala. Edit. Till this is kind of true in Italian and Portuguese. Sorry, English is my only language, so I thought my false fact was 100% true. It's a known fact that lobsters fall in love and mate for life. You can actually see old lobster couples walking around their tank, you know, holding claws. Dogs can smell sexual preferences in humans. Every family who births a child in Green Bay, Wisconsin is gifted a 1-pound block of cheese by the city, and restaurants inside the city impose a small cheese tax to pay for it. 3G, 4G, and 5G refer to how many internet satellites are pointing at you. Alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush. Edit. Thank you for the silver award. I'd like to thank my Mooma. Edit. Thanks it for a gold award. Mama was no it wrong. The one I always get people with is that they're called cops or coppers because their badges used to be made out of copper. My old boss bitched at me for not wearing the right shade of khakis to work. They were brown. I told him khaki was Arabic for brown. Really? It is. Yup. You deserve to be in charge. PETA is an organization for the protection/treatment of animals. Delaware is not actually a real state, but a fictitious place created by the government to provide hometowns and backstories for people in witness protection. Did you know that the wipers on a car are set specifically to not mimic a metronome due to the subconscious distraction of perfect rhythm? I'm fine, just a bit tired. If you were to compress the gas giant Jupiter down to the same density, it would actually be smaller than its own moon, Europa. Edit. I mean compress it down to the same density as Europa, as people seem to be confused. Either that or Thea commenting before reading the end of the sentence. Europa is the only other subject of the sentence after all. And yes, it is obviously bullshit for all the reasons stated. But try telling it to the average person who has no interest in space or science and see how many believe you. It is a lot more than you'd think. It is very important in colder climates to completely deflate the tires of your vehicle and refill them with new air on the day of the first frost. The air in the tires from summer has a significantly higher percentage of moisture and runs the risk of freezing in the tire come winter, causing serious damage to the integrity of the tire. Rocks can float in magma the same way that ice floats in water. Funny thing about these bullshit photo threads, they actually started way before Reddit. They were really big in the 90s in early AOL chat rooms. The room would be called something like Airship You Made Dupo or a made up Sipo room. Everyone's bus has the same number of ridges and folds. They just vary in size. Our 14th president, Zachary Fillmore, needed to hire a spell check after misspelling hundreds of words of official documents. Nice try, BuzzFeed. A single piece of macaroni is called a macaronus. Thank you for the 2 golds. The New American Dictionary christened Mies as the official plural for mouse to commemorate 75th US Attorney General Edwin Mies. Olives are just pickled grapes. The Olympic event of pole vaulting was originally invented by ancient Greek prisoners in order to escape over prison walls. These prisoners were praised for their cleverness and allowed to remain outside a prison. Sun Tzu was a famous general and strategist. He wanted to test his fighting skills, so he took 2 of every animal on earth and put them in a giant boat. He then proceeded to beat the ship out of all of the animals. That is why whenever there is a large gathering of animals, it is called a zoo, unless it is a farm. Edit. Thank you so much for the silver and gold. Hitler was very fond of specific type of French cheese made in Clermont-Ferrand, even going so far as to pay the cheesemaker 10,000 French francs in 1941 to move into a small cottage near Berghoff to make and deliver the cheese to him every week. The term bouquet as in a flower bouquet came from Jacques Bouquet, who was an aspiring landscaper for nobles in the 15th century. However, he found no work and instead resorted to arranging handheld bunches of flowers for sale on the street. N-word is from the French newt gaz meaning night man. Due to selective breeding, modern horses actually put out 1.2 horsepower instead of the calculated 1 HP from back in the day. This is a stolen joke from the painkiller already podcasted. 2 out of every 5 people can't read the word homiawana without thinking homiawana. CVS stands for chocolate, vanilla, strawberry as they originally opened as an ice cream shop.